What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Yo, where's D Unit?
What's up?
This is my guest of today's episode, Ted Tadaka of Her Monster. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good. It almost seems like you've done this before, right?
I know, right? It's like deja vu, man.
So, if everyone out there is wondering, you are the director of Her Monster. And you told me about it the last time we talked, and once again, obviously, I'm deeply impressed and can't wait for it to be done. So, how about you tell the people what the project's about?
So I wrote Her Monster, and I am actually also directing Her Monster. The film is about a little girl named Sarah who has been physically abused by her stepfather, but she hasn't been able to tell anybody about it because of his anger towards her. So her mother ends up finding out and tries to confront her stepfather, who ends up brutally beating her. And now Sarah must try to hide from him before he gets to her next. So as she does, she tries to hide under the bed, and unbeknownst to her, she ends up finding out that she also has another monster to deal with, the one living under her bed. So now she must decide whether confide in the monster under the bed or deal with the one outside her bedroom.
Some powerful stuff, especially focusing on the whole child abuse aspect of it, because unfortunately, which a lot of people don't understand, that is a real problem today in the real world.
Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to add a social issue. Now, originally, when the script was being made, it was more a physical and sexual abuse. The thing is when my girlfriend told me this story about, she found on this site called Reddit, and she told me this similar story, and it inspired me. But the original story she heard was that the kid finds out that it's kind of one of those cry wolf. There's a monster in my bed. There's a monster under my bed. There's a monster in my closet. The parents finally give up. Well, the monster actually was there and ends up taking the kid. So I thought it would be a great idea of a monster under the bed, but instead of taking the kid, it saves the kid.
Which is a whole different twist on that whole monster under the bed. And I think that's one of the reasons why that actually intrigues me so much to actually, just like I told you, obviously I'm there to push it as much as I can, to give you that help. I know on your Indiegogo you have that you're trying to get essentially make the bust of the actor who's playing.
Yeah. So as of right now, the special effects artist has made the face, and he's in the process of working on the ears and the hands. And I ended up asking him how it would look, if how much he wanted to do to make this thing look visually appealing. And there was one part of it that in the scene that I forgot to tell him was that we need the monster's feet, and of course we don't want human feet for the monster's feet. So I talked to him about molding some toe claws for the monster's feet, and we're going to paint his feet like this ashy bluish blackish color to kind of make him more non-human like on the feet and the hands. And so we're actually on the 12th, I believe on the 12th, we plan on getting the actor who is going to be playing the monster. His name's Sean Berube. He's a really good actor. He's based in Hollywood, and he's been in a couple Hollywood films. So I was actually very lucky to get him on board. And because I told him that I'm part of a veteran nonprofit, this production studio that I'm at, the veteran nonprofit, he's actually a veteran himself. So he really felt for the whole process we do for the production company and for the film. So he jumped on board with this, and he's willing to drive from LA to Arizona to do this film. He's going to be coming in on the 12th to get all the prosthetics put on, painted, dressed up in the costume, and we're going to do a huge promotional photo shoot with him and the little girl together to do some promotional pictures. The little girl, Sarah, that the actress, her name is Helen. Her father is donating 30 screen printed T-shirts to the Her Monsters set. So I'm having him make Her Monster shirts for the crew.
Nice.
And being able to put in the back of it, you know, director, cinematographer, AD, camera operator, producer, all those sorts of names, and put it on the back, and then have a nice design in the front where it has the little girl on the bottom holding the bunny, her stuffed bunny, and then the monster hovering over her and everything. And then it just says Her Monster right on top.
Nice.
Those will also be the T-shirts that you're going to get for the Indiegogo perks, just without the whole director or cinematographer label on the back. You know, the actual picture will actually be in the back, and on the top it's going to say Indiegogo or Her Monster Indiegogo Campaign 2021.
Nice. That's really smart. Just the way you have it laid out like that. I mean, that's it. That's like one of the good perks right there. So
yeah, and so, but that bust, what we're doing is after Sean Berube wears the prosthetics and everything like that, Rob Kabaski, our special effects artist, he's going to take that prosthetic and glue it on a bust, and we'll make a bust of Sean and glue it on Sean's bust, and then paint it and mold it to make it look exactly like a bust of Sean, and painted and made it, coated and made it all look really fancy and nice. It'll have a metal base on it, so it has something to sit on. And then there'll be a plaque on the bottom that says Her Monster raffle or Indiegogo campaign raffle winner. And then their name, whoever wins, will have their name etched into the plaque saying that they won this bust. And then the bust plaque, or not the plaque, but the base will be signed by Rob Kabaski and the entire cast, and especially Sean, who was the monster. And will also come with a certificate of authenticity from the special effects artist, from the production studio, and also be signed by the actor as well.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, it's amazing. It makes people.
Well, it's a $2,000 bust we're raffling off for $50 entries. So I mean,
that's a lot. Whoever wins that, better appreciate that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that this special effects artist, he's just absolutely amazing. It's a one of a kind design. There's nothing like it anywhere in the world, and the way he creates these things and the way he makes them look is absolutely amazing. He actually gifted me for doing a short film for him and acting in it and helping him out for a throat cut scene that we did. We made a little short film where he slit my throat open, and I just did it for him for helping out and stuff like that. And and for that he paid me with a 3.5 foot large dragon head he made, and this thing is absolutely gigantic. And I wish I could like bring it into the studio, but it would just be so obscene to be in the studio. Yeah, he gave that to me, and I absolutely freaking love it. But the stuff he usually does maquettes, like sculptures, and then he's also done other films, Space Munchies, the Winner's Room. He did a bunch of prosthetics for actually the president of our nonprofit acted in our film, the Winner's Room, where he gets his face melted by acid. And so he did a prosthetic where his face was melted by acid, and did all sorts of other things. So we're really happy to have him on board. And then my cinematographer that I have on board is he's already won an award for a short film that he created in 2017. The main actress, Vanessa, her name's Gabby Barbosa, and then Dylan Garcia, which is my co-director, and Ed Rios, which is my cinematographer. They're in a group of a production company called Hurricane 9 Productions. And we got together with them because Gabby is a veteran and she loves what we do. And so they're willing to work together with us to create, a simpatico type of production, film production. And so we all got together, and now we're combining our efforts from their production stuff and ours to make this short film. So once this short film is done, we're going to move straight on to a feature film. And nice. The co-director is directing it, and I'll be first AD for that feature film. And so this is kind of my proof that I know what I'm doing before I start helping direct 20%, this feature film we're doing coming up in May, June timeframe.
Nice. That's absolutely amazing. I am happy to hear such great news. For everyone out there, this is not easy. Filmmaking ain't easy.
No, it's not.
Planning, scheduling, the finances to it. It's absolutely ridiculous. The composure, trying to put someone with music in it, and all that stuff. It is crazy. So, with that being said, is there anything else that you're still working on this project? With we're also building a mock-up of the bed. It's going to be a platform with the carpet, and then we're raising a bed frame that we already have to make it more comfortable for our actor Sean. He's a 6'2" guy, so trying to fit a 6'2" guy underneath a twin bed is a feat in itself. So I just have to make a box in the back to hold half his body. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint the inside of the box with Black 3.0. Have you ever dealt with Black 3.0? No, I have not actually.
It's like the world's blackest black. And so it's non-reflective. You shine a light on it and it absorbs all light. So you can't see edges. You can't see anything.
Really?
It's like so I'm going to build this box where it can fit Sean's body. And then we're going to paint the inside of it with this blackest black paint. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have Sean go in and out of it to make it look like he's going in and out of a void.
That's nuts. That is nuts. I'm actually excited to see that.
Right? Like I'm really excited to really get this up and going. I have my friend that I used to work for when I was in aerospace, because I worked in aerospace for 12 years, and a buddy of mine that I worked in an old job does like handyman construction stuff. His name's Matt Brown, and I brought him on to help make this huge contraption to be able to put in for the under the bed scenes. What's funny is my house is we're filming this all in my house.
There you go.
When I wrote this, the layout of how the scenes go ended up being exactly like the layout of my house. I guess, you write what you know. So yeah. I said, screw it. Let's film it at my house. Let's mock it up. I have 2 bedrooms that are my kids' bedrooms that I'm going to gut out and make it look like a little girl's bedroom, because I have 2 boys. So I'm gutting their bedrooms and taking all of their stuff out, and then I'm putting in the 1 bedroom on the right-hand side is the set, and then the one on the left is an exact mirror of the other room. So we're gonna put the mock platform bed set in the other room, so that way when we have our low camera angle shots, we can actually get like the carpet and everything like that, and not have to have your camera on the ground. We can actually get a good low shot of them under the bed without having to deal with hitting ground. We can actually go under.
Nice. Nice. God damn it! To sound like, God damn it, man! You're making me like want this now.
Yeah, and it's like see, the thing is though, is this just, it's taken me months to come up with these design ideas of how we're gonna make this look, how we're gonna cheat this idea of them being under this bed and still have the same visuals of them actually being under a bed without making it look ridiculous, like he's laying flat all the way across with his feet hanging out. I don't want to do that. I want him looking towards the bed where the bed goes across and he's sitting there right in the center, staring at the bedroom.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember that movie in the 80s, Little Monsters with Savage in it? And Howie Mandel? Like, it almost... Yeah. Like, I'm thinking of it. I mean, obviously, this is a little bit more serious, but I do remember them underneath his bed and stuff, and they were doing the pop-up and stuff, so I can imagine, not exactly the same thing, but, I can imagine something similar,
Yeah, so the concept and visual design we're looking into this film is being more, have you ever seen you've seen Sucker Punch, right?
Oh, I love
Zack Snyder's. Yeah. So the visuals are going to be a mixture between Sucker Punch and Insidious.
I like that. That's a very intriguing mashup in terms of just the cinematography. So as you explained, like every time I'm thinking of a monster, I'm thinking of a couple of movies. My Little Monster with Savage and Howie Mandel. I'm thinking about Creepshow. I don't know if you remember the one of the anthology stories is when this little monster thing is inside of a box and keep like grabbing people, dragging them in the body. So that's all I'm thinking of. Now the only difference with Creepshow is they manipulated the lighting a lot. Every time the monster was about to kill someone, it turned red. So you know what was going on. So
I wanted it to where when the monster shows up, it's more purple than it is the typical red. I want that like undertone of purple across the face because he's going to be a more bluish, blackish, grayish toned creature. He's going to have black kind of off to his sides, and he's going to be very grayish, bluish color right down the center of his body. His arms are going to be more darker than his centerpiece and right in his center face. His visuals look almost like oh man, I'm running a blank. It's exact same. The visuals are kind of similar to Death Note's creature.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't know the name of it, but I actually know.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the creature that's in it, but the facial kind of features is similar to having a permanent toothed grin all the way across to really show, and that's why the monster's name is Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy.
So the monster's name is Mr. Happy, and Sarah's little stuffed animal is named Mr. Turtle.
And it's a bunny.
And it's a bunny.
There's no logic, but I love it.
Right. No, I just wanted to play with it, but I also have other actors that are very close friends of mine that are local actors. I have my close friend who's been wanting to get into the film industry, and he has been like in the acting industry, but he's been having a hard time trying to find roles. So I offered him a role as a police officer for my film, and giving him that chance to be able to be in a film. I have my friend Gus Matos, who is also a local actor, and he's a co-owner for a nonprofit charity organization here in Arizona called Heroes United, where they dress up like superheroes and go to children's events and stuff like that. And I go as Aquaman. So
the good old Justice League of Arizona, right?
Yeah, Justice League of Arizona, and so I have him on my film. I have a good friend, an actor of mine named Corey Presley. He's going to be a police officer. and another actress. She's an up and coming actress. She's doing really well this year. She just started late last year in acting and has been phenomenal and everything like that. Her name's Jasmine Delgado. I actually met her on her first film. We were extras on a film called Instant Karma, and we were just coffee patrons. And I invited her to act in a film that we were doing for Hurricane 9 Productions, and since then she's just skyrocketed to another level. I have a good friend, also an actor, and his name is Rod Randolph, and he will be Detective Randolph, and Sean Berube will be Detective Berube, so he has a dual role. And I asked him, I was just like, I'm really crap. Like they were like right at the end, and I was just like, I don't even know what name to give him. And I asked him, hey, what name do you want? And they're like, just use my last name. And I was like, okay, easy for me. So,
oh my god, that's too funny.
So I'm just using their names because Jasmine, Rod, and Sean have been in 4 films as the same characters.
Yeah, jeez.
So we're making an anthology of them.
Oh, that's great. That is the funny shit.
So they've been in the same film as the same characters, and so we were like, you know what? Let's just keep you guys in it. You guys willing to do it? And they're like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I got them in as Jasmine is the officer, and Sean and Rod are detectives. And I have them in there.
Now, for uniforms, are you doing authentic uniforms, or are they like?
Yeah, so they'll wear a detective outfit. They'll wear a detective suit. Sean will be wearing a dark gray suit, and then Rod will be wearing a brown one. And then we actually have a awesome studio. It's called Pirate Grip and Electric here in Arizona. They're also a film studio. But they have an amazing prop service, and so they're giving me the ability to use a lot of their props, and they have everything I need: an ambulance, stuff for police cars, magnets to make a van look like a CSI van, gurneys, IV bags, uniforms. They have everything that I need. So I'll be the money that comes from the Indiegogo will help pay for all that stuff for that scene.
Nice. Nice. Now that's amazing. Because again, let me tell you, building up the wardrobe aspect of that is a pain in the fucking.
Yeah, the wardrobe has been the toughest one, because I'm like, all right, how am I going to do this monster's wardrobe? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I want to do for this monster's wardrobe. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to get it designed. So I'm actually going to just I've been sitting down drawing and stuff like that for how to design this monsters, and I think I came up with doing one of those Krav Maga pants, kind of torn up and everything like that, on the top with a rope belt.
Oh, like the classic werewolf pants ideal. Yeah.
Well, not like one of those like big twine ropes kind of thing, and then having like a wrap on the bottom in the center, kind of making it more like gin-like.
Oh, okay. That's actually.
And then and then it'd be in tattered, and it would be all black. And then I was just like, well, you're going to see his legs if it has ripped holes. And so I'm having Sean wear spandex for the pants, his legs. So if any light comes to it, you don't see the color of the skin underneath. You see black spandex.
There you go. That is absolutely crazy, but I like that. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it sounds like it's going to be an amazing, like I said, I mean, I just can't wait to see how it all gels together, you know, like. Yeah,
and, I was just talking to a guy that I work with over here. He's one of our editors, and I was going through the motion of how I wanted the film done and how everybody acts in it, and going through all the scenes, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like, yeah, man, like, dude, I'm totally down. I'm interested. I really want to see this now. I really want to see this happen. That's Ash walking back and forth.
Hello.
Ash Hatzer. he is my first AD, so he will be helping me out with all of this stuff. And this is our storyboard that an artist did for us. His name is John Rapatsky.
No, that's the Propotsky.
Propotsky, yeah, John. He's a veteran that comes over and helps out at the studio and at the nonprofit, and he's an amazing artist and apparently absolutely amazing storyboard artist. Like, I don't know if you could see half this stuff,
I see this.
but like,
Oh, that's kind of cool. Which I still need, speaking of storyboarding, that's what we still need to do with mine. Ugh.
but like he did every single scene. Absolutely amazing designs up until the monster scene.
I love the red eyes, classic.
And then
Yep. Okay. I see the Death Note.
yeah,
there.
so he did all that. So yeah, here might as well show off these. These are the posters for the films that Blood Court Studios, the studio that will be producing this short film, have done so far. This one was directed by Lyle Dilly, and this one was directed by Ash, and he's right there. And Lyle right here. Actually, if you want to see something that are what the bust will actually sort of look like, this is something that he designed.
Oh, nice.
Just on a whim. This is what the special effects artist did. He just, out of a whim, he just made this and then just built it, and then freaking he was gonna get rid of it, and I was like, hell no, give it to me. But this is similar to what the winner will be getting. It'll look similar to this, but with the actual monster's face. But it'll be life size.
Nice. Slightly. Imagine going into the dark room and all you see is the silhouette of that, and you're like, ah.
Oh yeah, right.
What is it still here? And start kicking it. That's
right. Maybe we should put some LEDs in the eyeballs that we can do from remote from like miles away. Just log into it and just like just scare somebody at night.
Oh, you probably could. But
yeah, it will be the only bust. So whoever wins this will be the only one that owns it because we won't have another one.
Oh my god. And that right there is like a novelty all on its own, you know, because if we're going to go right into a feature film shortly after, which is going to be a task on its own, but hey man, you know, I'm pretty positive it's going to gather its audience. I mean,
oh yeah, and I'm hoping that it just I believe it will hit it out of the park with the visuals. The cinematographer I have on board, he's just going to kick ass and really give us the amazing visuals. We're going to be using 2 Sony FS5 Mark IIs and 2 Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4Ks.
Oh, nice.
We're filming this, and we'll be filming it all in 4K.
Now, see, and that's when you know it's going to look crisp as shit. So it's going to just look almost like as if you're there. I mean, 4K,
yeah, and,
the 4K technology.
Yeah, we'll be filming all cameras on Rokinon Cine DS lenses, primes.
Ooh.
Couples, we'll be using cinema zooms. I'll be renting a couple cinema zooms, probably the Sigma 18 to 35 zoom lens. But other than that, yeah, most of the shots will be all in prime lenses and motion shots. 100%, about 80% of the filming are all going to be motion shots. I really don't care for stationary stagnant shots. So a lot of it's going to have motion and movement with every shot that we do for this film.
I did a film back in the day where we didn't have a dolly, so my camera guy had his mom's station wagon, and we popped open the hatchback, and we sat in the back with a camera, and we drove as the dolly.
See, yeah, exactly. And see that we did that with the 20% trailer. We actually did a scene where he was running, and we mounted a GoPro on the side of a van that faced at the actor, and we just drove beside the actor. We also had another camera. We did a two shot. So the GoPro was on his feet, on his shoes. And then we had a camera on a tripod in the van, and the van's side window can go down. And then we just shot the camera out there, zoomed in on him, and we did a 2-shotter at the same time, just driving next to him.
Nice. See, that's where creativity comes into play. Like, I remember I used to have, like, a monopod, and I had, like, this really nice HD handheld camera. So what I did was I screwed it onto the monopod, and as I used the camera as a boom mic.
Yeah.
So it was an overhead shot. So I didn't have to get a crane or anything, because I'm 6 feet tall. So it's like, and all my other actors are below me in height. So it looks really nice.
Yeah. Is the 20% trailer out?
It is not out. It is a promo meant for investors. We haven't made it public yet.
Okay. We have a promo for 20%, and the first shot in it is a shot over the bed facing the two people, and we literally did that. We took a tripod and screwed on a camera.
Yeah.
With the phone gimbal.
Oh,
and then screwed on the phone gimbal, and then we had the phone gimbal and phone and did that over top them, and it was a phone shot.
Yeah, but is it amazing how you can just be creative as shit and don't need to spend the money? And you're like, fuck. I actually had a buddy of mine. We because did I tell you that I run a wrestling promotion? Okay, so I run a wrestling promotion, so we used to record our shows. So I had a tripod and a camera, and we were just essentially fucking around with shots. And you're gonna laugh at this one. I bungee corded the camera to a turnbuckle, and the end result was amazing. Like, the turnbuckle shots were just unreal. And essentially we actually had the camera operator on a milk crate, moving the thing while they're running around, and it's like it was stationary, but the movement from left to right, and them just beating the shit out of each other, and it looked amazing. Minus the random crotch shot once in a while you get when some guy stands up in the turnbuckle, but it looked absolutely unreal. And I like fucking around with angles. Like, angles are amazing, especially the way how my father used to have a riding lawnmower, and we used to have that little thing in the back that would pull all the gardening tools. Well, we used that as a dolly too.
Oh, nice.
I would sit in the back of I would drive the lawnmower, and my buddy would sit in the back with a camera as someone's running through the woods, and we're driving through the woods in the fucking riding lawnmower.
So the one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to get I want to get a go-kart or a golf cart.
Yeah.
And you know how golf carts have that little pocket in the back of it?
Yeah.
That little tray thing in the back of a golf cart. I wanted to just take that tray, rig a camera on there, and just use the golf cart to drive around with the camera on the back, so that way on put it on a like a tripod thing, and then on the tripod have a Ronin or a Zune that would hold the camera and keep it steady. Nice.
I actually made a contraption off of my dad used to own those huge ass tent things for gatherings, or 10 feet by 12 feet. Well, a hurricane hit one summer and ruined the center piece of it. Well, I salvaged it and made a giant spider leg fucking camera crane out of it.
Oh, nice.
So it was you had the 4 anchors and the camera's in the center looking down. So it was like you like the shit you can come up with as long as you have some ingenuity behind you. You can come up with some crazy shit.
Well, as an aerospace mechanic and working on B-52s when I was in the military, I take that tinkering abilities and really add it to what I do here.
Oh yeah,
And in film.
mean, I actually want to buy a GoPro. I haven't done that yet.
Oh, we have a Hero 7 and a GoPro Max. Have you ever used a GoPro Max?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, it's awesome! It goes at 360.
What?
Yeah, it's a 360 GoPro, and you can film in 360 at 5.6K. But it only outputs in 1080 because it's 5.6K and 360. So if you centralize on something, it's at 1080.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Like I've been really considering it. Wow.
It has two lenses, one right here and one right here, and a little monitor.
What? That is nuts.
We actually used this on a music video we filmed, what was it, last week?
Nice. Nice. I like that. That's some amazing stuff there. It seems like you guys are getting ready to put those storyboards up, huh? Yeah,
we're gonna go throw this up in the other studio space. So this right here behind me is our actual studio. Like studio room where we have our white screen, black screen, green screen, whatever we want to do, with storage of all our stuff. And then there's a room, if I turn it this way a little bit, there's another room right there. It's it's about the same exact size, and that room we're going to be using as our storyboard room, a flex room type thing.
Nice.
And we just got this space on Monday, so we're kind of setting everything up. Everything is all over the place right now. Technically, this area right here is like our office space.
Oh, okay. No, that is amazing. Just so everyone know out there, their Her Monster Indiegogo is active. It's been active for how
it has been active for about 16, 17 days.
Well,
it only has 11 days left before it closes, but I have on demand on it. So just because it ends doesn't mean you can't still donate to the Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's what I did for mine too. Because my shit's still active, and my $1 donation to myself is still on there. Because I'm like, I have to get something on there to get people like, oh, okay, someone donated something. But
yeah.
But no, man, I'm excited.
We're going to try to send this film out to as many film festivals. What I'm going to do is after we get this film made and principal photography is all done, we're going to go in, myself, Ash, and Lyle, we're all going to get together and we're going to start working on this film and editing. We also have another person that we're working with. His name's Eric. He's a veteran, and he's really good at VFX, and we're going to have him do some special stuff with this film and do a little bit of magic to it to make it look all nice.
I like that. I'm actually super excited to see you guys put this all together and actually just see essentially grow up, right? Just watching your child grow up. You're gonna watch your baby film go up and go, oh.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we're currently at $1,600 for our Indiegogo, and we still need about $6,500 to reach our goal. But I do have a contingency plan if it doesn't happen, but I really hope we can get people to please donate to the Indiegogo for the Her Monster short horror film, and really help us out and build this production, and really help us. Mainly, it's to really pay all of everybody's time and skill, and be able to give to the small community that we have. And because of COVID, everybody's been short on jobs, and Hollywood's been shut down. So I want to kind of pay everybody basically what is actually considered very low SAG rate, even though this isn't a SAG film.
Yeah, I mean, do you have SAG actors? I'm assuming.
Yes, I do. I have 2 SAG actors in this film that are willing to work on this. but that's the reason why I'm keeping the pay at the very low minimum, low budget SAG rate for everybody across the board.
There you go. That's actually a really good way to do it. You know?
But and that all just depends on if we can get the funding in for them, and yeah, just hopefully we can be able to garner enough money to make this film, because the stuff at Pirate Grip and Electric is going to run about $1,200. Cast is about $2,000. Crew is about $2,500. Special effects artist is $2,000 right there, and then props. That's the biggest thing, is creating this structure. I mean, I'm using my place, so I don't have to pay for rental or anything like that for the place. So that cost is basically free for us. But there's also fees I have to look into. I'm still in the process of contacting my HOA to find out if I can even film in my street outside. So I got to figure that one out. And I got a lot of paperwork to do to make sure that this all goes correctly and smooth and there's no hiccups. I also have Lyle, who was just here. We're actually having him do interviews and BTS photos and videos, and we're going to be doing the making of her monster documentary.
Nice. I like that. That's freaking amazing. And at least that way you're getting everything covered, right? Just making sure it's...
So if we got her monster, and then we're going to have the documentary of her monster, and hopefully her monster just kicks it off and be able to do extremely well in the film circuit for the film festivals.
Yeah, just like I told you, New Vision has theirs coming up, which is in June. I'll be talking to them soon. I actually told them about your film.
Yeah.
So I did that. I shared your Indiegogo link with them.
Yep.
And,
I saw that. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, it's funny. I posted it on my Facebook page. I've got messages. I sent them the link again. So I'm like in private messagely harassing people. But in the same token, I'm always dead serious though. Like, I'm out there to help you guys to gather as much as you can for yours. I mean, my film right now ain't doing so hot in donations right now, but I'm not surprised about it. I mean, there's not much on there because we haven't been able to leave the fucking guy because my state's a little bit more COVID concerned than a normal state. So.
Well, Arizona is very COVID concerned. There's another finance, but I'm taking that out of my own pocket to pay. Mm-hmm. It's not in Indiegogo because I'm paying out of pocket, and that's for a COVID compliance officer and a medical team on site for both days to make sure that everybody's being COVID compliant. Yeah.
Oh, that must be a very.
I'm also either renting or buying personal tent canopies for each individual actor, all 4 actors, and making sure that they're going to be in the backyard set up, so each actor has their own tent. So when they're not acting and they're not in the scene, that's where they'll be sitting while other things are filming.
Yeah, shit. I freaking may consider that for my wrestling shoot. We're doing tapings for the because on New Vision. By the way, if you have any film projects or whatnot, and this goes for any filmmakers or anyone out there, you can actually submit your content to New Vision for them to put them on their actual streaming channel. So
yeah, we do have a film. We do have these 2 films that we'll try to see if we can submit there.
Yep, do it. I'm telling you, man. New Vision has some really good perks, and they're reaching out to some major. They're trying to get some distributors that come to the film festival, so it may be something you really want to consider.
Yeah, we'll definitely be sending over our past films.
Nice, awesome. Well, the way the way I got so in depth into your project, and I've messaged people. Like, I've legitimately went out of my way and messaged a shit ton of my friends that are in this field with us, other fellow filmmakers and actors, and I say, hey, listen, I'm like, you gotta check out Ted Katanta's movie. I think it's going to be really good. I gave him the synopsis of what you told me when you and me first talked, which is why I said this feels like we've done this before. And of course, they were like, wow, that's like kind of like an in-depth, different approach to the monster within me, which was an interesting thing. Someone said that to me. They're like, there's so many symbiotic situations that you're putting into the film that I don't think everyone's gonna catch on to it, which is.
And
really
I'm
cool.
hoping everybody doesn't catch on to it, so they have to watch it again.
Exactly. See, and I think right there is what makes storytelling in films so much intriguing. Like a buddy of mine wants to do like an old school radio show type of thing, like back in the day when they used to do like the World of the Worlds and all that shit. He wants to do some dramatic radio series.
Oh yeah, like cinematic radio.
Yeah. So he told me about it, and I was like, that actually that's not like a bad idea. Like, who does that anymore? And
right? It's kind of like a podcast type thing.
Yeah, exactly. He really wants to do it, and he's like egging me on to get people for it. He's like,
he should really get those old style microphones to be able to do that, like kind of tone from the 1930s.
Right? The 1930s freaking hats and the plaid looks like your mom's 1980s couch for clothing. But to not go too sidetracked. But yeah, no, if everyone wants to really support him, I recommend to support this film. His crew, his actors, actresses, they've all have put so much into this. And any little thing, donate, share it, talk about it. Definitely talk about it. I'm going to say this 1,000 times over. Word of mouth is one of the oldest ways to push something, but in the same token, it's the biggest and most effective way to get something known. Tenziak, do you have anything to tell people?
Basically everything you said. Please check out the Indiegogo, see what we've created, see all the work we've put into this. Really understand that we're just a group of individuals that and veterans who are getting together to create a film about social issues and the kind of a hero's journey type story.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This is Adam Santos from What's Up Vlog Talk Radio, and this is my guest today, Ted Tanaka. Please, at the end of this episode, make sure you go check out the Indiegogo. All your information will be in the breakdown for the episode. Thank you very much. You guys have a good one.